Welcome to the Eagle's Nest Youth Export Incubator, the most intense export capacity building platform designed for young, ambitious entrepreneurs looking to take their business beyond the borders. Over the next 10 weeks, dozens of young entrepreneurs from across the country will lay their businesses before the judges who will evaluate their export potential.
For me today, it's a no.
For me, it's a yes.
For now, from me, it will be a no.
And it's a yes for me.
Is that a yes?
It's a yes.
The selected entrepreneurs will stand a chance to win an export development package, which includes support to take part in international trade shows and business missions, international market linkages and mentorship from local and international experts, and financial support for scaling up their business. This season of the Eagle's Nest is proudly brought to you by ZimTrade and Ecobank, the Pan-African Bank. First in the nest is Ingcebethu Pvt Ltd, a biochemist who believes he has found the holy grail of natural African skincare.
Hi, how are you?
I'm right, thanks. How are you doing?
Good, thank you. Could you please introduce yourself and you may begin your presentation?
Okay, thank you. My name is Ingcebethu Pvt Ltd, and I am a biochemist. I come from Rusape and Makoni district in Manicaland province. I don't necessarily sound like a Samanyika, but trust me, I am a Samanyika at heart. I founded Ona Natural Oils, a personal care product startup that creates value from indigenous herbs and ingredients to provide effective daily therapy for you, which is African skin and African hair. Our products are sold in over 10 pharmacies and have a range of over 20 products, also sold by vendors and all over Zimbabwe. As you can see from the picture above, that is a dry skin condition. Most of you experience this in winter, and whereas for me, it's something that I've experienced my whole life. In our local language, it's called munyaviri, or hives, or psoriasis. For me, it's each time that I take a bath, I experience burning sensation and itching. And growing up, I had to use about 3 or 4 products to alleviate the itching. That also made me realize that about 90% of the products in the market were not, in the retail space rather, were not catering for African skin. At the same time, not also catering for the different hair textures that are there, which is kinky, curly, and wavy hair types, of which all of these require daily therapy. Further analysis of these things, I also realized that most of these were imports and they weren't really appreciating our local indigenous systems or our Zimbabwean weather and our climate. Further analysis, again, showed me that most of these imports actually contained harmful inputs. For example, parabens. Parabens have actually been shown to increase the chances of developing breast cancer by over 40%, specifically in African women. I mean, that's crazy. So what we decided to do at Ona Natural Oils, as you can see the products there, is we decided to keep you and your loved ones safe by not adding any harmful inputs in our products. What we did is, to provide effective therapy, was to take you, the consumer, back to your roots, which is using ingredients such as feso. Most of you probably seen it. When you're farming, it's known as a weed, but we've actually seen value in it. Also using herbs such as mafura, mawuyu, marula, all to provide you with effective daily therapy.
Thank you, Nigel. Could you please bring over some samples?
African skincare products are becoming increasingly popular as more people are looking for natural and organic alternatives to chemical-laden products.
Don't be shy, you can apply some on your hands.
Thought you were going to say, don't be shy, take them home.
Ooh.
As you can see, we've managed to formulate and create body butters, shampoos, conditioners, all providing you with effective therapy, specifically for African skin and African hair. Our revenue model includes toll production to other businesses who are interested in maybe repackaging and getting our creams. We have about a $150 that we make about $150 a month, and about $90 comes from our body butters, which are our best-selling products. So the small tubs that you see...
Please repeat that. You said you make what?
We make about $150 per month.
That's off this line?
No, that's off all the products.
A smooth pitch by the entrepreneur, but it seems there is something about his numbers that is rubbing off George the wrong way.
I'm surprised with the figures you're telling me. Because at $3, you're telling me you're selling 50 of them in your 10 retail outlets. It's a bit disappointing for me. How long has this business been up and running?
Okay, so I started in 2017. That's before I was repacking and selling, not making creams. Then I went on to study biochemistry, and soon after finishing last year, that's when I had the confidence and the knowledge now to make the creams.
Okay,
so
great.
We've been doing
Before you go, so
yes.
In 2017, so let's say last year, how much did you sell the whole year?
Our creams, we sold about 200 liters.
Okay,
of cream.
In monetary value?
That's about, if 10 liters is about 10 liters is 90, and then that's 90 by 20. So we made about
1,800.
Yes, but unfortunately, that also goes into the fact that we were selling at a dollar price because we hadn't really found our footing, which has been a main issue.
So for so many years, I like businesses which are profitable and which make money. So if you're telling me, is it viable for you to continue, making $150?
That's not what I said, sir.
You're saying you have 10 pharmacies right now where your product is. What would you say has been the challenge for the uptake? Why are you having so many issues with customer acquisition when you have 10 locations, but your turnover is at $150?
The honest truth is, initially we weren't selling in pharmacies. I was selling in local markets and other places like that. Uptake initially was very low, but after the first 6 months, we've actually been getting repeat orders now from the few that we've been working with in Harare.
What is your daily capacity? What are your capabilities in terms of probably you can break down to say on the butters, on the hair products?
Okay, what I've done is with our body butters, I use a 20-liter container because I make these at home. A 20-liter container makes about 15 kgs of body butter. And that body butter can translate to about 48 units. That takes me about 3 hours to make by hand.
By hand, okay. What kind of assistance do you need to scale up this business?
Scale up this business.
To make it profitable.
Okay, so when I was looking at the numbers, initially we need about 8,000 US. It's cosmetics, and we want to make our products as accessible as possible. So I was working with Zimbabwe, 10 provinces in Zimbabwe. And since I've worked at pharmacies, I know the uptake that works. 4 pharmacies take about 12 units of the body butter in the first 3 months. That gives us about 3,000 US. And we multiply that in the first quarter, that's about 6,000. As of now, I'm using a formula, but I need something called a viscometer for quality control. Before we go to all those people...
For testing viscosity.
Yes, for viscosity. I don't have the money for that as of now. On a monthly basis, I'm making about $30, and that thing costs about 900.
So you need 8,000.
Yes.
Nigel predicts healthy numbers for the business if he gets the help he needs. But did his monthly turnover leave an itchy spot on the judge's optimism?
So, your figures are not impressive. Your product, however, is on the other end. You've tapped into 10 pharmacies, but your uptake is not great. So ideally, yes, you've dabbled, but it's not a super impressive figure.
Okay.
But what is impressive is you seem very knowledgeable about what you're doing. The fact that you went back to school for it makes it even that much more commendable. I would give you a yes because you have enough information. You just need assistance and mentorship to really help bring it into full form. And I feel the next stage of this competition can offer that. And if you move with the same level of dedication and humility that you have the potential to grow exponentially, like quick, fast. But again, it's on you to prove that my decision on this is correct.
You know, the great thing about the judges' opinions, they add value to what you already have. And if you apply it, you definitely can upscale. And I just think your problem, which is a simple solution, you know, all you need is just a little tweak, and you'll be amazed that this product will be one of the top-selling household brands. So from me, it's going to be a yes if you're going to practically put this into action, and you come into the next round, you know, with tangible things that you would have implemented to upscale your business. So from me, it's a yes, Wasu.
Thank you.
I think you're really strong in the back office. You know, you really have perfected, you know, your product, but no one knows about it. You know, no one knows that you exist. I haven't seen a social media handle on your product. I haven't heard about your marketing strategy. You know, and I think those are a lot of things that you need to learn in order to get the product out there. And I think the program will be good for you. It's a yes from me.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Which of the products heals Munyaviri?
They don't heal, they help to alleviate the symptoms.
Alleviate which one? The body lotions?
Yes, the creams.
The body butters?
Yes, the butter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly the stage at which you are. You have done the R&D. These are prototypes, but you haven't commercialized the concept. So I think you have to operationalize the model. I think one just missing thing is you just also need to get the product tested.
Okay.
In terms of its chemical composition, its functional properties, its active ingredients, its constitute the balance that is there, you know, the pH test and everything, so that you also factor it on your, I've just looked at your label. It's a benchmarked label to say, this is what a buttercream or body cream should be. Okay. But you haven't really done things that are supposed to be done. So I know you are migrating from R&D, prototype now, prototype. That's why your sales are like that, because you're at a prototype level. There is no investment that has been done in the business. You just need to then migrate to have a fully fledged business. So okay. I'll give you the chance to do that.
Well, congratulations, Nigel. You've gotten yourself a majority yes across the board. So, yeah, we wish you all the best in the next round.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
The chemist flies out of the nest with a unified yes and is through to the next stage, where he will receive capacity building assistance to improve the global competitiveness of his skincare business. Back in the nest is the Kaisan, a young entrepreneur pitching her startup fashion business.
Hello, Eagles. My name is Kaisan, and I am the founder and designer of the fashion brand Kaisan. So fashion is an aspirational and inspirational industry. What you wear tends to affect how people see you and at times what you become. So Kaisan was launched in 2016 and has provided ready-to-wear clothing and a made-to-measure service since 2018. The brand was created to offer an exceptionally global aesthetic, quality global aesthetic and clothing design for individuals with a discerning taste. Customers can expect an affordable price point. Customers can expect an affordable price point in relation to the style of the garment that they wish to buy or to have made. The materials that are used to create Kaisan clothing are mostly locally or regionally produced cottons or cotton-based fabrics. Clothing and textile sectors have played a major economic role in many developing countries, especially in Africa. As such, Kaisan hopes that it can make a positive and hopefully a lasting contribution to this industry.
Sekai's pitch did not get off to a good start. Will she be able to patch it up?
Thank you, Sekai. Is what you're wearing yourself customized?
So not the dress, but the jewelry piece.
I would have loved to see you coming wearing something that you would have made, but nevertheless, that's great. So tell me, Kaisan, what does Kaisan mean?
So Kaisan is a combination of the last three letters of my first name and the first three letters of my last name. So Sekai San Ndamu.
Okay. So you'll find that this sector in the country of Zimbabwe, I know there's so many tailors in the country, and this is products that can be easily made by anybody. What is in front of me today is very common looking. Fabric is the same. So what can you say is the reason I should get what I'm seeing in front of us today?
Okay, so not all Kaisan fabrics are easily found. For example, this dress is made from Ethiopian cotton. So we do source some very rare fabrics, not only in Zimbabwe, but regionally as well. Also, our tailoring can't be beat.
How can I tell your product is different just by appearance?
We do have a logo incorporated inside all the clothes.
So basically, which makes you just ordinary from everybody else. Nobody can actually tell.
I think you can tell. Our fabrics...
That's it from me for now.
A shocking reaction from George, who is underwhelmed by the designs and Sekai's confidence in her own product. Wisdom is eager to find out the progress she has made since their last encounter.
This is your second time presenting?
Yes.
On Eagle's Nest?
Yes.
I remember your presentation, and I'm hoping you do as well, right?
Yes.
We gave you feedback when you presented the first time. What was that feedback, and what have you done about it since?
One of the things was to change the logo, which I have done. The logo has been changed to make it more readable. And then also, it was asked of me to incorporate my aesthetic more into the clothes, which is what I've tried to do by creating such pieces as this.
What other feedback did you get?
That's what I remember.
That's what you remember?
I wasn't aware that you came in during the last season, but I respect the fact that you have shown up again. You've picked up what you did from the previous season. I think what you need to realize is that you need to tap into your niche and ultimately contribute a chunk of your revenues towards your customer acquisition cost and marketing. Because in this day and age, we've got social media and access to so many different platforms.
I would recommend you look or follow. I think I said this to you. Rick Chasers, you know, a lot of denim wear, urban street style, and he owns it, right? It's not for everyone, but for those who love it, it's there, and it's bold, and it's got a certain direction. House of Stone is the same.
You know Kanye West and what he's doing with the fashion industry? In Zim, you know PVO, we see it all the time. But if we're not seeing you, people aren't going to remember you whenever they need something. They're going to go to somebody else.
And I think that's what you're failing to miss, because you're going to get drowned in the crowd and you're not going to be able to stand out. And the fact that you won't be able to stand out means you're not going to be able to compete on an export market. Okay. Because African print has become something where even the Chinese are now mass producing the fabric, whereas initially it was something that was unique to our continent. But the Chinese have picked up on the demand for that fabric. But it's on you as the designer now to find a way to make yourself stand out.
So in terms of export, do you believe you have the capacity to supply a broader market?
I would like to export to regionally outside Zimbabwe. I have ventured to other markets such as Zambia and Ethiopia. I found people, especially in Ethiopia, they gravitated a lot towards things like the African print. They didn't so much obviously like their own cotton, so they were very happy with the African prints. Then in places like Zambia, they just, looking forward to having someone who can make quality clothing.
Sekai believes in the export potential for her business, but will the judges be just as optimistic about it?
Sekai, I think the most important thing you should take from me is USP. What's your unique selling prep? Rather be known specifically for a specific thing than to be doing what everybody else is doing. Cut down. All the judges here should know you just when we see your brand, and what you tell us should enlighten us. So for me, it's a no.
Okay.
Sekai, I'm going to give you a no because I haven't seen enough improvement from the last presentation that you did. I think what we're looking for is an export-ready business, and I think there's still a lot of groundwork that you need to do. So today, it's a no.
The possibility of export seems to be wilting away. Will her determination and persistence be enough to persuade Leslie and Nomvula?
Yeah, well, from my side, I think because of the resilience, because of the courage of, failing the first time and picking up yourself to go and try again, I'm going to give you a yes so that you can go and reshape, so that at least we have that total transformation, but I feel you're in the right trajectory. You just need to go and put more work on it.
Sekai's luck is on a turn as Leslie buys into her resilience, but his yes would only mean something if another judge joins him.
For me, it was your resilience and courage to come back again and give it another shot. But unfortunately, I can't judge based off it almost becoming a pity party. I think ultimately what you need to do right now is really take into consideration everything you've been told today and continue to keep pushing the way you are. But there has to be a dramatic change for us to be able to accept you into the program for the next round. Because the next round, unfortunately, is not going to be about resilience and courage. It's going to be about your confidence and eagerness to succeed and being able to stand out. And unfortunately, right now, I'm not seeing that. So it's a no from me.
So unfortunately, you're not going to the next round, but we wish you all the best. Your resilience definitely will make you success, and keep on keeping on.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sekai.
All the best, Sekai.
Bye.
Sadly, the judges have concluded that Kaisan is not yet ready for the international market.
I feel I've received a very helpful feedback both times that I've been here. So I think it's up to me now to utilize what I've been given to grow my brand into a success.
Every year, millions of dollars worth of vegetables are lost due to post-harvest losses. The next entrepreneur is determined to change that.
My name is Sizolwenkos Mazolo. I'm from Ingcebethu Pvt Ltd, a business that is into the processing and supplying of frozen fruits and vegetables. Our business exists because we understand that in the 21st century, the majority of the population is very busy. And people are constantly looking for solutions that can make their lives easier. So our products are convenient and they're quick, they're healthy, they're wholesome, and they're nutritious. We also exist because we want to eliminate food waste. You find that in most households, what happens is most fruits and vegetables are bought, but probably 80% of them go to waste because they've exceeded their lifespan. So our products add value and they give more life and extend the lifespan of fresh produce. If you go to Mbare Musika, you will notice that in Mbare, just a few meters away from the traders, there's a lot that is thrown away every single day, thousands and thousands of fruits and vegetables. But we're adding value, we're encouraging responsible consumption in households, and we're also encouraging responsible production with farmers because they already have a ready market when they work with us. Our products are currently in Food Lovers Market, Borodale. We're also in Food Basket, Chishawasha. We're in Fresh Grocer at Pendenis. And we also would be very excited to tap into the export market because we believe that we can contribute greatly to the country's GDP and to bringing in the foreign currency that everybody so desires. Our products are natural, they have no preservatives, they have no colorants, and they can go up to a year without going bad as long as they are kept at the good temperatures. So we're looking into, we target busy mothers, we target the youth, the students, we target even the old who simply do not have energy anymore to keep going through the process of meal preparation because our products harvested at their peak, they're chopped, they're washed, they're chopped, they're cut, and they're frozen. So typically you use only what you need to use at that particular moment and you freeze the rest. That means there is minimal wastage. Thank you.
A dynamic and innovative solution to a practical problem. But a few details about her business remain unanswered.
I think my first thing is, you mentioned a lot of your market research in terms of who the demographics you're catering for are, how you do crop to table. I'm more interested now in knowing specifically the quantities that you've managed to get to market, where you are in terms of your business currently.
Okay. We've managed to service about 2.5 people plus or minus.
That's over what period of time?
Our business started in May 2021 and we started selling in September 2021.
So that's September to
September
current.
2021 to date.
Okay. So when you harvest 100 kgs of strawberries per week, is this you building up capacity in terms of products that you want to take to market, or these are going immediately and supplying into the market?
Okay, so we don't exactly harvest, that's the other thing. We work with smallholder farmers who already have products that they're growing. I think the reason why we've got so much wastage in our vegetable markets is because farmers just farm because it's easy to make or it's cheap. They don't have a market that they're going straight to. So how we come into helping farmers to avoid post-harvest losses is we say whatever you have grown, if it's relevant to our business, we take. So the strawberries that we get, we are not the ones who farm them. We get them from smallholder farmers who are already doing it. So we have farmers in Marondera who do the strawberries for us. Then we also work with women in Shamba who do some of the vegetables for us. We also have some women that we work with in Norton, and we also get the vegetables from there.
I think another question that I have for you right now, how are you coping with your cold chain management? Because if you have several farmers that you're collecting from, cold chain management in a business like yours, I believe, is very, very important in terms of also preserving quality of your produce. So how are you managing that? If you can just talk us through that process.
Okay. So what happens is the products that we take are harvested at the peak, just at the peak of their lifespan, and they are brought to us. So the other thing that helps to preserve them longer is the fact that they've been washed. That kind of takes away some of the things that may make them rot quickly. But however, we have blast freezers and we have commercial freezers that we have at our, it's a very small shop, but we like to call it a factory. Our office is at showgrounds. We rarely experience power cuts, but when we do have power cuts, we have a changeover from electricity to gas.
The entrepreneur manages to thaw the ice around a distribution strategy, but wisdom has concerns over potential implications of a business name.
I'm a bit conflicted in what I'm about to say, because I understand that you have something that you're working on that means something to you, that relates to you, that comes from you, etc. But in branding, it's important to make it easy for me to identify, repeat, and refer your brand or your product to someone else, right? It's difficult to pronounce, right? Take, for example, Pick and Pay.
Yes.
Edgar's.
Yes.
Bon Marché.
Yes.
Pro Air. These brands are easy to identify and repeat and recognize. As you enter new markets, you know, people will find it increasingly difficult to actually, you know, pronounce. And while it might be fancy to say, you know, your brand, it's difficult. You know?
Why don't you try saying the brand, not just call it her brand?
Ingcebethu.
That's easy.
Right. No. I get it. I get it. But from a branding and marketing perspective,
Yes.
it also has to be a part of your message, right?
It is.
Which might be expensive.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
You know, that onboarding process, it takes so long. Someone just says, look, I've got black cat peanut butter. Done.
Okay.
Right? But going through this process might take you longer, and for people to then adopt, etc., etc., etc. That process, you want to cut it down and get to the point. That's my input. I also am on your side to say that, look, if they love it, they'll learn it.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying?
All
That's
right.
why I'm conflicted.
Okay.
But,
all right.
you know, just a suggestion
Yes.
for you.
Okay. Thank you.
Besides the name, I love your packaging though. Very nice packaging.
Packaging is good.
Compared to, I mean, last season we had people who, you know, we had to do a lot of work on their branding and their visibility.
Okay.
And you're light years ahead from what we saw last season. So this is amazing. This is definitely export quality.
Thank you.
And I think, you know, exactly what Wisdom is saying.
The name.
Once you go to South Africa or Angola and you want people to express this word.
Oh, actually, South Africans love it.
Okay, South Africans can relate because
Zulu,
it's similar.
Yeah.
But when you go to Angola or Mozambique or Zambia.
Zambia was hard.
You see, so people will not want to get something they firstly cannot pronounce. I think there are big brands in the world who have constantly changed their image, some their name, some their taglines. What does this name mean? Sorry, so that maybe I can understand.
Okay. When I started the business, initially, I just wanted to say, I want to be the food basket of, well, like, you know, Zimbabwe had been termed the food basket of the country. But I didn't want to exactly say the food basket because it's something that is already there. So I looked around and what I saw was Tswanda. It's not a basket, but it's still an African weaved something like a basket. So Tswanda is Shona and Ingcebethu is Ndebele for Tswanda. Basically, that's it. My sister always says you're not an activist. It doesn't have to be Ndebele and complicated.
Your sister is right.
Your sister's right.
With careful evaluation, the judges now decide if her business has the potential to be exported.
Well, the strategy that you are trying to adopt, we call it localization, right? You're trying to go global with a local solution, with a local name, which then requires a lot of investment to say, Ingcebethu means this, you know, that's translation. And if you are ready to go that path, then you are good to go with the name. But if you are not, then you have to consider everything that the other judges have said to you. Well, I'm quite impressed. I've been seeing you on Instagram. Yeah, I'm quite impressed because I think this space of fruit and veg is not an oversubscribed space. We don't have a lot of local players that are playing in that category. And I think if you really continue in that trajectory, you do very well. You also have to work on the nutritional information.
Yes.
I looked for it, I couldn't find it. You also have to work on the traceability aspect of the product.
Okay.
Your date of manufacturer, expiry date, the batch number, which are prerequisites in the industry that you are working in.
Okay.
But otherwise, I can see 80-85% of the work has been done, and it's a yes from me.
Thank you.
I really like your energy. I think that you've put a lot into the product, into the product development. I can see where it's going. It's clear. The design is beautiful. The product looks good. The packaging is on point. Distribution, big question mark there. But in terms of product development, I'm happy. So for me, it's a yes.
Right, from me, I love your energy, your vibe, and I can potentially see some great works coming out from you with the zeal that you have for what you're doing. I mean, your company is very new, and you haven't turned a year yet. But if you keep up with this energy that you have, this passion and zeal, I can guarantee you, you're definitely going to go somewhere. So for me, it's a yes.
I'm going to play devil's advocate simply because I want to push you.
Yes, ma'am.
The products you're producing and collecting from other farmers,
Yes.
It's not a walk in the park.
No.
And I really commend the fact that you're doing something that has cold chain management involved and you're a startup.
Yes, ma'am.
Many people have farmed for years and have failed to get into that line of business simply because it's such a daunting task to get the farm produce to the market and still preserve quality throughout. So the bigger you get, the bigger that problem is going to get for you.
Okay.
And I think at any given point in time, you need to keep your finger on that pulse because that is what will make or break you. Where a consumer opens up your product and it's not meeting the quality they're after, we will not have a product to speak of. So never lose track on that. Packaging and everything will not mean anything if what is inside that packet with a frozen product is not up to par with where it needs to be. So I wish you the best, and it's a yes from me.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Ingcebethu.
An energy-filled pitch. The entrepreneur gets a unanimous yes. She's proceeding to the next stage of the competition.
I'm so happy. Yes, I got 4 yeses and I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what the next stage has. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
No, she's attacking a beast that many have looked at and run away from. So,
but there's something about
compliments
it.
to her.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
We'll,
I like the energy.
Definitely.
The fact that she's doing something that hasn't been done is good.